straight from the horse's mouth. Our Neil Young News Report.
Smell the horse on this one.
With this week's update from thrasherswheat.org, here's Thrasher.
Hey, Thrasher here with this week's Neil Young news and lots of fresh wheat. Barn is full. The tractors have been out harvesting wheat, and we're bringing it all back home. Thrashers Wheat Radio has returned from our journey to Europe. So thanks everybody who was listening and tuning in and reading on our adventures over in Europe for Neil Young and Crazy Horse, the Alchemy Tour 2013. We really had a great time, and we do thank everybody for supporting us on this. Appreciate your faith and believing in us and what we were trying to do. Maybe it didn't quite work out on all fronts as we had hoped, but that's not a big surprise. We were trying to do something that we really, frankly, had never really done before, trying to stream live back over the internet, the sights and sounds before and after a show. We had our technical challenges, as expected, some of which we conquered and some of which we didn't. But bottom line was that we made it to 4 great shows, 4 awesome Neil Young Crazy Horse shows, and at the end of the day, we saw them all. We lived to tell the tale, and that's really all that matters. So we'll try and continue to bring back these memories as they sort of bubble up to the surface in the coming days and weeks. I think anyone who's ever been out on the road for touring with a band as a fan, whether it was the Rolling Stones or Led Zeppelin or Wilco or Bruce Springsteen or whoever your band of choice was, you know that it's a really exhilarating and immersive experience that takes quite some time to unwind. And after comparing notes here with the Thrashers Wheat Radio crew, I think we're pretty much all in the same mode here of, this is a big life experience, which we enjoyed and really wouldn't trade for anything. All the friendships we made and people we saw. So, stay tuned for here on the radio and on the blog and on the Facebook stuff, and we'll try and spool out some of this in more detail as we go forward. But here we are, just kind of not to really try and recap what's gone on over in Europe over the past couple of weeks. If you've been following the set list, they evolved fairly quickly from what we had last year in Australia and New Zealand. Added in into the set list primarily, I think the big thing was that they added in Bob Dylan's "Blowin' in the Wind." So Neil Young doing that on acoustic guitar. So certainly that classic tune there has a lot of meaning in the set list. Otherwise, they added Psychedelic Pill back into the set list, and Born in Ontario and Twisted Road were dropped. But otherwise, the set list was fairly stable, and then things kind of evolved there towards the end of the tour as whereabouts where we are now, where they've added in, Surfer Joe, Movis Lee's, Welfare Mothers over and over, and some other sort of one-offs. So that's all cool and to the good, and things are wrapping up right now. We've got the second to last show for the Europe tour tonight in Dublin, and then it will wrap up for this leg of the tour on in London, and that'll be Monday night, I believe. And then they take a break, and we'll resume. Let's see, the tour picks up after that back in July 11th, and that'll be in Luxembourg. So that's a lot of the news. We'll discuss some other things in the coming days and weeks, and we'll just kind of start to wrap this up this week by saying that a couple of new dates have popped up. One of which is back up in Canada. They now have a third festival date that's been added in, and that's the Greenbelt Harvest Picnic up in Ontario, Canada. That'll be on August the 31st, and that's followed by the Ottawa Folk Festival on the 4th, and then the Interlochen Music Festival in Virginia, and that's the weekend of September the 8th. And then the big new date that was announced is the annual Farm Aid concert, Farm Aid 2013. That was announced this week, and that's going to be in Saratoga Springs, New York on September the 21st. So there's all your news and information update. And we'll close this out by, again, saying, hey, folks, it was great to see all of you out there on the road in Europe, seeing our old friends and making some new friends and just having a really, really good time. And if you're going over to Europe for the rest of the tour, you're in for a lot of fun times. And if you're thinking about it, don't wait too long, because these kinds of things don't come down the pike every day. So everybody, keep on rocking in the free world. Peace and love. Love and only love. And we'll talk to you again soon.